Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, which is probably everyone, this channel is about biking, traveling, and lifestyle content. So if you want to stay up to date on all that kind of information, please click the subscribe button down below. So for today's video, I want to talk about the East Coast Greenway. There aren't too many videos about people summarizing their experience on the East Coast Greenway, and that's mainly because the route hasn't existed for that long. I think only about 1/3 of it is actually completed. So I wanted to share with you my experience on that. So my bike tour started in Atlanta and my final destination was in Baltimore. The reason being I just graduated school in Atlanta and I wanted to bike home, which is Baltimore, and it seemed like a pretty good trip for me, about a month, maybe a month and a half. When planning this route from Atlanta to Baltimore, I found the East Coast Greenway map and I decided to use that as my guiding tool as I was designing my own bike tour. So the East Coast Greenway doesn't actually start in Atlanta or go anywhere inland. I believe it starts in probably like the top of Maine and ends somewhere down in Florida. But I knew that it crossed into Savannah, so I decided to start in Atlanta, where I lived, and then bike from Atlanta to Savannah, and then I would officially start following the East Coast Greenway map. So as I was planning this trip, I was trying to figure out, how to get from point A to point B, whether that was using something like Strava or I could download the East Coast Greenway map of itself, or there was something else I could do. And I did try to download the East Coast Greenway map. They have a whole section on it, like on their website. I could not for the life of me figure it out. I actually had a friend help me and we spent about an hour trying to figure out how to convert this file to that file and then put it on my Garmin and all this stuff, and we could not figure it out. So I actually ended up just downloading the app Komoot and then paying for whatever fee it was to use it offline. And then I would just make my route in Komoot and then hook it up to my Garmin. So basically I didn't exactly follow the East Coast Greenway as it probably said on the map, but that's because I really couldn't. I could not find a solution to actually do that. So what it looked like for me on a day-to-day basis was, I'm planning on staying in Savannah at this person's house for X number of days, and the next day I'm going to bike about 60 miles, which is going to be in destination B. And then I would just put that into Komoot, it would make a route for me, and then I would just put that into my Garmin, and then just do that for the day. So to summarize that point, one of the downfalls about the East Coast Greenway is that it's really hard to figure out how to actually follow the route. If anyone watching this actually has figured it out, please put it in the comments below because, again, I could not. I just simply used Komoot and then picked out destinations along the way. And then I just hoped that it would put me onto the East Coast Greenway route. So when I did actually make it to Savannah and I started doing the East Coast Greenway, to the best of my ability, considering I was just kind of doing it on my own, the quality of the routes were just kind of hit or miss. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure only 1/3 of the East Coast Greenway is actually complete, which means for the vast majority of my time, I was on the interstate or like these really fast and busy roads, which wasn't always the safest. I can think of so many days where I was on some sort of 50, 60 mile an hour road that was just single lane both sides and the shoulder was a foot wide and then half of the shoulder was a rumble strip. And that was a lot of my time in the South when I was on the East Coast Greenway. So again, that's another downfall of the East Coast Greenway is that it's just not developed right now that a lot of your biking isn't going to be on nice secluded paths. On the other side of things, when I did start to get more north, I'm still in the South for almost the entire trip, but as I got more north, I did see some more development into bike lanes and bike paths. So I would say that was potentially a plus of the East Coast Greenway, that when the parts of it were actually developed, they were decent rides. Also, for whatever reason on this trip, I think I expected to see, East Coast Greenway signs along a lot of the paths and roads, but there really were hardly any. If anything, they would just be like a general bike path or bike sign along these paths and roads. But very rarely did I actually see like an East Coast Greenway sign. So I think you don't necessarily have to actually do the East Coast Greenway. I'd recommend doing an ACA route or some other kind of route, or just making it up on your own, because a lot of these these bike paths and lanes were most likely shared with other routes. So you might as well pick the one that's developed and let the East Coast Greenway just, continue to build itself in the next several years. Another thing about the East Coast Greenway is that I would say there's a good balance of camping and not camping for you to do. Hopefully everyone here knows about what Warmshowers is. Warmshowers is essentially couch surfing for bikers. You can stay at strangers' houses for 1 or 2 nights or even longer if you need, and they'll help you out. They'll cook you food, they'll give you a bed, etc., etc. So on the nights where I couldn't find camping, I could generally find a Warmshowers location to stay at. So I think there was a healthy balance. It's not going to be all camping. You're not going to be in a ton of national parks and everything. But you will find some nice towns or just like little quaint areas to stay in if you can't find anything else. So I had to rate the East Coast Greenway on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10, honestly. That's for a number of reasons. One of them being that it simply isn't developed yet. I think there could be a lot of potential for the East Coast Greenway, but as of right now, it's just a lot safer and smarter to pick some other kind of route that's already developed, like the ACA routes. The second reason I would give it that score is because using the map tool and trying to download the route was extremely difficult. Again, me and my one other friend could not figure it out with like an hour or so of work. So I think that the general ease of, the material, the technology could be definitely really improved. And the third reason why I give it that score is because a lot of the roads that you get placed on in these areas really aren't all that safe. At the end of the day, when you are bicycle touring, you probably will be put on a lot of interstate routes, a lot of smaller or slower highways. The East Coast Greenway, I experienced a lot of that and really didn't enjoy a lot of my ride. I really do love biking, but a lot of my riding kind of made me very numb to it in a sense. I didn't get a lot of really pretty views or anything like that until I really hit kind of the coast. But a lot of the ride just wasn't as pretty as I had hoped. So should you guys do the East Coast Greenway? I would recommend picking some other kind of route. Like I mentioned before, here's a list right here that you could look at. But really, the East Coast Greenway has a long way to go before it becomes a very safe or reputable route. So I wouldn't go for it just yet. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for anyone who's looking to bike through the East Coast Greenway sometime soon. If you're looking for any more related content on traveling, biking, or lifestyle, please click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.